Said you're not sure what the outcome is going to be. So some have head injuries that might result in brain damage, or they might be limited in terms of a disability, permanent disability.
It's hard to say about permanent disability, but I will say some of their head injuries will allow for more time for evaluation.
Have all the patients regained consciousness?
All with the exception of one.
Is that the one that's still on the ventilator?
Yes.
Still, needless to say, still a long road ahead for several of these patients.
Yes, that is correct.
Why would you say that?
Because they are recuperating from their injuries, but given the severity of them, they still require multiple operations. And because of that, they will require frequent reassessments with physical therapy. And even when they are released from the hospital, they will not be fully capable of doing everything they were prior to the accident, and that will require some physical therapy rehabilitation for the foreseeable future.
How long do you think they might stay in the hospital?
Everyone's a little bit different. Obviously, for the more critically injured, it'll be easily a week. For some patients, such as the one leaving today, it could be another day or two, depending on how severe their injuries are and how well they're able to get back up on their feet with the physical therapy team.
Is it possible that some of them might be transferred to facilities in New England?
That is possible, absolutely.
Is it in the works? Have any requested that, do you know?
No one's requested that up to this point, but as we continue to treat the patients here in the hospital, when it looks more like they will need capabilities when they're ready to be discharged from the hospital, we would definitely make efforts to get them back up to the Northeast.
Do you know where they would be transferred in New England?
The facility where the family has chosen to have them go to.
What's your reaction about what these young ladies have gone through?
It's a terrible situation. I can't imagine what it's like for them to be involved in a car accident with their close and dear friends, and to have this happen. One of their teammates pass away is significant tragedy, and all we can do is just pray for them and offer whatever support we can, not only for their mental well-being but also their spiritual well-being.
What's being done to try to comfort their relatives or the others who've come here from Massachusetts to try to check on their loved ones?
We have Pastoral Care who's on staff, as well as other case management and social workers who are able to provide some of the other behind-the-scenes resources that we are not readily equipped to provide. And that has helped out quite a few family members, as I've been told.
Does the hospital have somewhere where families can stay?
Other than the family waiting area, I don't know of any other outside places that we know, but we definitely have ways of referring them to different places if they need to in the close-by area.
Did I understand you to say earlier that you said some of them may have suffered a permanent brain injury?
I did not say anything about permanent brain injury, but significant injuries that will take time to resolve, and we'll know more information as time goes on.
And have you interacted with the parents of the women, and how are they doing, and what have you been telling them?
The parents seem to be doing well. We just keep them updated as far as what the injuries are and how we're treating them, and they seem very appreciative. We're not holding anything back from them, so they're very appreciative for that. They, as far as I know, are very happy with what we've been able to do and the care we've been able to provide.
Doctor, this influx of this many patients with critical or serious injuries, does it compare to any other experience you've had here at Longwood?
Personally speaking, this is the most significant number of patients I've encountered who are in such serious condition all at one time. However, we see many patients in various degrees of severity every day here. Just by sheer numbers, it's the largest I've seen, but it's not the largest this hospital has seen.
What challenges will these women face, in your opinion, going forward?
I think first and foremost, the emotional challenge of getting through this traumatic incident. This is something that they are not accustomed to. I think their physical limitations will be short-term, but they still have some recuperation to do as far as physical therapy goes, and hopefully they don't have any hold-ups from that standpoint.
So you wouldn't be able to say that they'll all make a full recovery?
I would be hopeful in saying that they would all make a full recovery, but depending on how their surgeries go, depending on how long they recuperate, it all will tell with time.
The one that is expected to leave the hospital today, can you say if that was a student or one of the adult male drivers?
I believe is one of the students.
Okay. And the patient who is unconscious and on a ventilator, can you say if that's one of the drivers or one of the students?
That is one of the students.
Doctor, have you seen the images from the accident scene?
I'm sorry?
Have you seen the images, the pictures and the videos from the accident scene?
Just a couple here and there, but I haven't looked at anything too hard.
It being like a front-end incident, is there anything different or special that you need to do for care? Whether it be a side impact or a rear impact or a front impact, is there anything different that you look at?
It doesn't make a difference how they were impacted. It helps to for us to find out how the patient was injured, but in terms of how the patients are treated for their injuries, it doesn't really make a difference.
Just to clarify, how many have a serious brain injury? Of the 8 that you still have here, how many have a serious brain injury?
As far as serious brain injuries, only 2 of them do.
2.
Yes.
Obviously, they're elite athletes. Can you talk anything about what it might take for them to get back on the water?
I would say that it's going to take a significant amount of effort to do so. Probably not from the physical standpoint because they're young and healthy and they're strong, but possibly from the emotional aspect of losing their team member. That may be their most limiting factor.
Do you know if all of them have been, the one obviously who is unconscious has not been informed of that, but have the others been informed?
I don't know.
So one is unconscious, sir? Is that currently?
At this time, we have one that's unconscious.
And are other members of the team in the hospital with the women who are, in care? Are other members of the team who were not injured still at the hospital?
As far as I know, they are not in the hospital. We just took care of those who were injured, and one of them will be going home today.
So what would you say then is the long-term outlook for these ladies?
I'd say the long-term outlook is that they will be able to get back to school. I just don't know how long that will take, and because of their physical capabilities that they have to go through as far as physical therapy and rehabilitation, as far as their emotional trauma that they suffered, that may also keep them from being fully functional in school. I would hope that they would try to get back to a routine as soon as they can, but I can't tell you if that would be this semester or the following semester. In terms of those with brain injuries, that will also be something to consider in the long run as far as how long they'll be able to get back to, how soon they get back to school.
When you see the crash scene, as badly damaged as their van was, does it surprise you that there was only one fatality?
I didn't see all the footage, so I really can't comment on that. But it's just unfortunate that we lost one person from that.
We're going to have to wrap up the interview. But
Just
thank
to
you.
clarify, you said they had life-threatening injuries. That's when they came in. They no longer have life-threatening injuries. All are expected to survive.
Well, I would say as far as the injuries that we found when they first came in, we've treated that, but there's still, a few of them are still critically ill, where we are constantly reassessing that condition on those patients.
Are they all expected to survive?
I would expect all of them to survive at this point.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Any of them with permanent injuries?
I can't say anything about permanent injuries at this point.
They have broken bones, things like that?
Yes, some of them have broken bones, but I can't comment on how permanent these injuries are.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
Okay.